Hi, this is Brent, N9BC, and you ever wonder how to get your RTL SDR dongle to work with CWSkimmer or ever wanted to? Well, in this video I'm going to show you how to set that up in HDSDR, and it's pretty easy, so stay tuned and we'll get you going. Okay, well there's going to be a few programs that we need to get installed before we can get everything all set up. So open up your browsers, and first thing you want to do is go to RTL-SDR.com, and you want to go to the Quick Start Guide, and from here we want to look for the HDSDR section. And there we go. And basically what you want to do is just follow this these instructions here, and it should only take you a couple of minutes. It's pretty well documented. I'm not going to bore you with going through each individual step. It's pretty self-explanatory. But if you do have any problems, just shoot me a message, and I'll see what I can do to help you out and get you going. But it's pretty easy for the most part. So just go through this setup here and get that part of it installed, the drivers and whatnot. So there we go. Once we do that, we'll move on to the next piece of software. Okay, now that you got your HDSDR packages downloaded, the next thing that we want to grab is the virtual audio cable program. Just do a Google search, or actually I'll put all the links in the bottom, in the comments, the description and the video, and I'll just put all those direct links where you can get these apps. But you want to install this. And lastly, you're going to want to grab the Virtual Serial Port Manager by K5FR. And what you have to do for him, he doesn't have a direct download off any web pages, but if you do send him an email, he'll send you a link, as long as you're ham and you got your call, and he'll send you a download link that you can grab it from and use it for free. So that's pretty sweet of him to do that. So I suggest you go ahead and do that ahead of time, because it might take a day or two for him to get back to you. Okay, now that you got your VSP manager from K5FR, you want to go ahead and run it as administrator, and you'll see your physical COM ports. If you have any in your system, it'll show up here. And for me, I actually removed the virtual ports that I had set up previously, so we'll just go ahead and create those. What I do is I just select like 10 and 11, because I know those aren't going to be any physical ports typically. So I usually go 10 and 11, create pair, and boom, it's created. All you got to do, click close, and that's it. It'll remember that from now on. And now let's move on to the virtual audio cables. And this is pretty simple as well. Go up here, click two cables. If it's not already set, click it. These are the settings that I've got set up on mine, and it's I haven't had any issues with them, with these at all, with decoding, with any of the programs I've used so far. So I don't remember if this is the stock settings, but I'm pretty sure they are. But once you get these all set up, click exit, and those are saved as well. Now the fun part's coming. Let's go ahead and open up HDSDR, and we're going to go through some of the settings here. Sound card, we want to pick line 2 of the virtual audio cable for the RX input, and for the RX output is line 1, and that's the line that's going to be used for any of the digital programs that you plan on using, like CWSkimmer or say WSJT or PSK for that matter, any of those programs. You want to make sure those are all set like that. Bandwidth for my RTL SDR is I select 4800, and there we go. Now the options, select input. We want to go ahead and pick that and make sure that's actually in there. Then the output, by default it's the AF to both channels. What we want to do is make sure it's IF there. And miscellaneous, there's really not much we changed there from default. or this underneath the mouse. Front end calibration, we can go through that later, and we'll come back to that, I should say. And the cat. Let me go ahead and disable that so I can just show you some of the settings here. The port, see, this is port 10 on the virtual serial port that we created. We want to make sure that's selected. Baud rate 9600. Since there's no PTT on this, so we're going to do cat only. And you want to make sure it's activated. Once that's set, we are golden. One thing we do have to check though is the EXT-IO. We want to make sure that the RTL dongle is set up there, and we absolutely have to make sure that the Q input is selected, and the sample rate is whatever you have for your particular one. Mine is 2.4, and for me, the frequency calibration was off a fair amount, so around mine's 99 ppm, so parts per million. It's going to be different for all of yours. I had a different dongle that was only like 49 or 41 or something like that, but the particular one that I have today is 99. So I usually keep these checked. There's some guys that manually change the AGC gain by them manually, so if you want to do that, go ahead, but I know this works for me, so that's what I go with. We can go ahead and click start, and there we go. Not a whole lot going on right now. Let me turn the antenna on, and not a whole lot so far. You can see a little bit in there. I get a lot of garbage going on here, but actually I got a recorded WAV file that was previously recorded, so we'll go ahead and use that as our sample. Let's see here. We want to go to stop, and we're going to loop it, and there it is. There we go. Nice clean signals. It'll produce that nicely for us here. Okay, that's working. Now we want to bring up that's not what I wanted. CWSkimmer. There we go. First thing I'm going to do is go into settings, make sure it's SoftRock IF, pick your favorite hertz. I like to go with 800. You want to make sure that this is 48, whatever your sampling rate is. Typically, I think that's what they all are. And then audio. See, we got our signal IO device is line 1, and we can actually dump the audio out to your speakers if you choose to do that. But if you're running this as a skimmer server, you'll just, not even connect it up to anything. Okay, the cat, it's actually going to be, we're going to select it as a Kenwood radio, and here's the other end of that serial cable. It's going to be COM port 11 for me, 9600, 8 none and 1, and you can use those settings as well. Click OK. Click OK. And we can go ahead and fire this up, and as you can see, we actually are getting the band frequency from the radio through the CAT interface. As you can see, we're starting to decode lots of stations up and down the band a little bit from that pre-recorded file. And say you wanted to work this guy here, all you do is double click, and it changes the frequency for you. It moves the frequency as well. So there you have it. This is N9BC, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you have some fun playing with CWSkimmer and your little RTL cheapo dongo. So 73, and have fun.